Amazing what he's doing with business. I mean, I follow him on Instagram. It's hilarious. He's always in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and he's making making deals. Look at my cars. Look at my watch. This is my big watch. I got a bigger watch. Sometimes I bust out this watch. He brings in like a suitcase filled with $1 million watches. It's like,
you don't think there's an opportunity to land a big punch on Floyd?
Let me tell you something about Floyd. This is what I don't like about him either. No matter whatever we say about him, and it could be true, but he's in that gym. He's a rat. He retired, but he stayed in the gym. He can't help it. It's just he don't do drugs. That's his heroin, the gym.
Mike Tyson and Joe Rogan recently revealed Floyd Mayweather's financial difficulties following a $402 million swindle. Mike Tyson has also expressed concerns about Floyd Mayweather's financial situation, pointing to his continued opulence and multiple exhibition bouts. Despite Mayweather's former claims of enormous revenues, new allegations raise the possibility of financial errors, including a contested $42 million investment. These worries have led to persistent allegations that the former boxing champion may be having severe financial difficulties and that his wealth may not be as stable as it first appears.
How do you feel about Floyd, though?
Huh?
How do you feel about Floyd?
Awesome fighter, great fighter. You know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like, you was a movie star. You was a hero.
I didn't see that.
Tell me, so like, what's the difference now from like your era to today?
No one was afraid of anyone. Everyone really believed they can beat him.
But it's a business, more business, it's more
absolutely.
money than everything.
Floyd Mayweather changed the game up when he turned into the pretty boy.
Yeah, that was cool too. But he had to get in that ring and fight too. He had to fight the best competitor. He wiped everybody out. And that's why he's who he is. He beat everybody. He beat everybody I thought would give him a chance. He just wiped everybody out. Nobody can even match him. The best. He didn't pick guys, he took the best. Even the guys I picked against him, he beat everybody, made everybody wrong. Right. That's why he's who he is.
In response to Floyd Mayweather's criticism, Mike Tyson stated that one thing is for sure: Mayweather resides in the gym. Floyd never really stopped training after he retired, he said, referring to the gym as his sole true vice. While others could develop negative habits, Tyson claims that Mayweather's addiction is discipline itself, and he uses the gym like an addictive substance.
You don't think there's an opportunity to land a big punch on Floyd?
Let me tell you something about Floyd. This is what I don't like about him either. No matter whatever we say about him, and it could be true, but he's in that gym. He's a rat. He retired, but he stayed in the gym. He can't help it. It's just he don't do drugs. That's his heroin, the gym.
In response to Floyd Mayweather's latest exhibition bouts, Joe Rogan implied that they were more about quick cash than a sincere passion for boxing. Floyd's record is unaffected by these bouts, he noted, and they frequently pit Floyd against opponents who have little chance of winning. Even though Mayweather might not need the money, Rogan pointed out that his lavish spending patterns might be the cause of his repeated appearances in the ring. Additionally, he questioned whether Floyd is fighting for the rush or only to get the money, referring to it as the drug of boxing.
there's no points, right? Because it's an exhibition. So that's what's interesting is Floyd's making more money than anybody, and he's boxing people who have no chance of beating him, and he's doing it as an exhibition. It doesn't even hurt his record.
Because of the drug of boxing. Just
Also
like
money.
Just like but I don't even think he don't need any money.
He spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's planning for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends.
Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests that he can get money from.
Hopefully.
And not just boxing. But it's the drug of getting Floyd still trained.
But Floyd Mayweather's return to the ring seemed to be driven more by financial strain from mounting debt and an ostentatious lifestyle than by a passion for the sport. He engaged in a well-publicized exhibition fight with YouTuber Logan Paul in order to raise money. However, things took a turn for the worst after Logan made a public accusation that Mayweather had failed to pay him the $3 million he had been promised. Paul used social media as a forum to criticize the boxing legend for breaking his promises, which sparked more backlash and more concerns about Mayweather's post-retirement financial security.
Did you fight Floyd or something?
Yeah.
Did he pay you to lose? What happened?
He'd pay me. I wish you'd pay me.
How much you owe you?
Probably between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
You got it on you by any chance?
I have in Nigerian money. I'll give you 10 million in Nigerian money. That's about $1,100. So is that your only loss, was Floyd?
No, I didn't lose. It was an exhibition, so there's no loser.
There's no loser in exhibition?
No.
So you both are winners? It's like a tie. That's
I
not a
don't
good
know.
feeling. It's like tongue kissing your sister or something. It's not a great feeling.
Logan. By making the joke that Floyd Mayweather might indeed be broke, Paul added gasoline to the persistent suspicions regarding the former boxing champion's financial situation. He ridiculed the notion that Mayweather was still financially untouchable and publicly questioned his reputation as a wealthy man. Paul's comments raised more concerns about Mayweather's financial repute by implying that even his money might be vanishing.
Floyd Mayweather is bankrupt. At least that's what Logan Paul thinks. Logan hopped on the Walkway to Fight Club show, and when he was asked about being paid, he was nothing short of honest.
It's unfortunate because, you know, same Floyd Money Mayweather. Surely I was going to get my check fairly quickly, right? And that did happen, so I'm sure it'll come eventually, right? I realized, okay, I'm being strung along. This is a classic, hey, buddy, you're the new guy in this industry. We're going to puppeteer you however we want. Hop on for the ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I make fun of him on social media and let everyone know that he doesn't have any money. I kind of joke and I'm facetious and I point the finger at Floyd. Well, I don't know if it's his fault. Maybe a little bit, but something tells me Floyd doesn't control where the money goes. Or maybe he does. I don't know, and I don't really care. I just want my money.
Floyd Mayweather was questioned about Logan Paul's assertion that he hadn't received anything for their fight during an appearance on the Pivot podcast. Mayweather avoided the subject by claiming that the payment had just been delayed and that there was no issue. Presenting it as a small matter, he clarified that money takes time to come through. His evasive reaction, however, seemed to disregard the more serious accusations and did little to resolve the issue.
And I saw something, Logan Paul, he said you owe him some bread. How you feel about someone making those type of accusations?
That comes with the territory.
Right.
And you got to realize, when you used to getting, to them, that's real money. And I like YouTube because I don't mind getting a YouTube check.
Shit, we getting a YouTube check.
Right.
This is gonna be a big YouTube check.
Yeah, so, the money is not coming fast enough. That's why when they say money on the back end, as far as pay-per-view, it take a while, And he shouldn't trip. If he feel like he done great numbers and we done record-breaking numbers, then I understand. Nothing comes right away. Just like I'm still collecting checks from fights 7 or 8 years ago. I'm still collecting checks. Why? Because I made smart moves and I'm my own boss. So they hate when the tables turn.
Right.
Look how many years they've been owing us money. But we don't never trip. So now when the tables turn, they say, oh, you owe us something. Be happy with the biggest payday you ever got in your life.
Joe Rogan also discussed Floyd Mayweather's incessant flaunting of his money. He noted that Mayweather was one of the few sportsmen who frequently showed off their wealth, frequently sharing pictures of their opulent residences, expensive watches, and fancy cars. Rogan claimed that Mayweather seemed to take pleasure in the attention that his opulent lifestyle garnered and used it as a means of enhancing his public image and maintaining his legendary reputation.
The only person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, constantly flashing money, $1 million watches, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still everybody up. He's the only guy. The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline. Floyd's discipline was undeniable.
Right, but through that balling nights, I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking.
No, Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. He would have his driver drive with his pants on, jeans on. He would jog home. And the dude was always training, never got out of shape. It's an interesting thing though, keeping your motivation, because that's a lot of the motivation for fighters, to one day be that champion, one day have that money where your family's gonna be taken care of for life.
Unless you just keep setting goals. Maybe he's trying to do something that's never been done. Maybe that's the driving factor now, because a lot of guys, money might be the driving factor.
Rogan also emphasized that Floyd Mayweather's widely reported bout with Conor McGregor was not a competitive comeback, but rather a calculated business maneuver. Mayweather, who had declared his retirement, entered the ring again again for the highly anticipated bout, collecting a whopping $100 million. Many saw Mayweather's decision to prioritize business over genuine athletic challenge, even though the fight was financially successful.
Okay, so your new contract, you wanted no extensions. That's one thing.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
that's one thing.
Okay. What was one of them? The ability to box?
One of them was the ability to box. They said that wasn't an option. Boxing is dead. It's not possible. This and that.
Now, what does that feel like to you, knowing that Conor McGregor did it and fought Floyd Mayweather and made $100 million?
Yes, gentlemen, let's do this.
No, a bitch, nigga, that's that shit I don't like. No, sneak designs, that's that shit I don't like.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. claimed to have invested $42 million in Manhattan real estate, but recent reports cast doubt on that claim. He recently boasted on Instagram that he had closed his biggest deal to date, purchasing 6 apartment buildings without any partners. Business Insider was unable to locate any proof of such a transaction, however, and discovered that the property's ownership records are still unaltered. This discrepancy has raised doubts over the accuracy of Mayweather's earnings claims.
All right, now Floyd Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather had said at the time on a video that he posted on his Instagram.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings, all belong to me. Guess what? You can do the same.
Well, now we're trying to figure out what happened, right, with Business Insider. So according to another update, he did ink a $402 million deal for a Black Spruce portfolio. When he said that it was all his and no one invested, he meant no one was funding his part of the investment but him. And so I think this is something where maybe he owns a piece of this or shares in it, but it hasn't changed hands because the majority owner is still the same owner that it was before. I'm trying to understand what happened with this, but I know there's a story that's circulating, so just putting it out there. Whew, it's a tough one. I'm trying to understand as a real estate person myself what exactly he is communicating when he's saying that he owns this, because they're trying to make it seem like he doesn't, but what it seems like is that he owns shares of these buildings, and it's a larger, it's part of an investment that he did on his own.
As the highest paid boxer in history, Floyd Mayweather Jr. amassed his wealth by astute self-promotion and unparalleled ring prowess. He continued to lead an opulent lifestyle after retiring in 2017 with a spotless record, buying opulent Los Angeles houses and making other costly purchases. Despite his enormous career earnings, there have been rumors of severe financial problems, including a huge $22.2 million tax obligation owed to the IRS. It is believed that his choice to return to the ring for lucrative exhibition fights was largely influenced by this growing financial strain.
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back.
Floyd Mayweather once boasted that he makes $3 million a month, even going so far as to suggest that his income is higher than Bill Gates's. Although his supporters may be impressed by such audacious claims, those who are familiar with boxing economics and pay-per-view income streams are aware that these figures are more fantasy than fact. Many analysts have disputed these claims, pointing out that the numbers don't add up when examined more closely and appear to have been exaggerated for a dramatic effect.
And Floyd Mayweather says he makes $300 million a month, which is $3.6 billion a year. He makes more money than Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all of those guys. So I say all that to say this. The money that Canelo was looking for, they can easily come up with that money. Floyd Mayweather got it.
Well, listen, let me put it this way to you. If he makes, what did he say, $300 million a month?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm 6'4" and 240. And I know I'm 5'8" and a half and 240. So there you go. There's no way. There's that. If he makes $3 million a month on his investments, that's a lot. $36 million a year. That's a lot. So I know guys that are worth, $500-600 million, plenty of them, and they don't make $36 million a year, let alone $300 million a month. So there you go.
Mayweather has made it clear time and time again that his life is driven by money, and he frequently says he wants his kids to follow in his footsteps in terms of his business and professional choices. He maintains that building enduring wealth is his primary goal in order to ensure his family's future. However, this profit-driven approach has drawn criticism, with some arguing that Mayweather puts money before ethics, and that his unwavering quest for wealth eclipses values and genuineness.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all 4 of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. Told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same thing.
According to Joe Rogan, Floyd Mayweather's unrelenting spirit of competition was a result of his early upbringing, which was greatly impacted by his father and uncle. Both of them were fiercely competitive and instilled in him the need to continuously push himself. Mayweather became the unbeatable boxer he was at his best thanks in large part to this mindset. But this same drive seems to have transferred into Mayweather's commercial and financial endeavors, where his desire for win now seems to be more focused on financial dominance than athletic prowess, Rogan noted.
You just look at boxing in terms of like how often do you get hit versus how often do you hit the other guy. He's the best ever. The way him and his uncle and his father talk, I imagine they were always super competitive from the time they were young.
Yeah.
Like he grew up being they're super competitive. They're competitive about talking shit. They're competitive about all kinds of things. So it's like that hive, like growing up with that all the time, and the boxing skill.
From his $1.8 million watch to his collection of hundreds of high-end timepieces, Floyd never fails to turn heads with his expensive purchases. Even if these conspicuous displays draw attention, they unavoidably lead to discussions about whether such careless spending can continue continuously, even for someone with Mayweather's shown earning capacity.
How much is it? $1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high. 18 life.
That happy birthday, champ. That's how we doing. 1 point. That is sick, dude.
But
you gotta show them what he's saying.
Money green.
No, hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. 101 piece.
One of one.
Money team.
Can we see it on him?
Yes, sir.
That one of one.
$1.8 million.
I think it's a one of one. I love that.
Floyd Mayweather never passes up a chance to declare his supremacy in boxing. He frequently claims that his achievements outstrip those of any boxer who has gone before him. While this supreme self-assurance has become his trademark, his persistent habit of measuring himself against boxing legends doesn't just reinforce his Money Mayweather persona, it also invites scrutiny and debate from both supporters and detractors of the sport.
Well, I think I'm separated now. I don't think there's no boxer in history that has accomplished what I've accomplished. Not bragging or boasting, just speaking the truth. I take my hat off to a lot of legendary champions, that paved the way for me to be where I'm at in the sport of boxing. But that was their era, and this is my era. Had a tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather. that can break my records.
Boxer Gervonta Davis's shocking claims have raised more questions about Floyd Mayweather's financial status. Davis claimed that Mayweather was essentially held captive in Dubai due to unpaid debts associated with his lavish jewelry purchases and lifestyle expenditures. Davis claimed that Mayweather was unable to leave Dubai until his debts were paid off, supporting the idea that his financial issues may be more serious than previously thought.
Let's talk about this picture of Mayweather in Dubai that's going viral. Here's the backstory. According to Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather is being held hostage in Dubai over unpaid debts. Boxing agent Rick Glazer confirmed Davis's comments by saying Floyd is desperately trying to work things out with Dubai's court system. And that's why my comment, blink twice if you're stuck there, on this post is getting a lot of attention. Mayweather still hasn't addressed the situation, so stay tuned.
When pressed about Davis's allegations regarding Mayweather's alleged detention in Dubai, Mayweather Promotions CEO Leonard Ellerbay refused to address the claims.
In my opinion, Tank is the best fighter in the entire world. And another terrific opportunity on June the 15th to go out there and show you guys why he's the top dog.
Just out of curiosity, bro, he said that Floyd was kidnapped by the Abu Dhabi folks. Any comment on that?
And again, like I was just saying, again, Tank's that guy. And for all the guys out there in the weight class and around the weight class, he's coming to get each and every one of you guys.
Complicating matters further, while Mayweather maintains he was traveling internationally for 2 months, Davis countered that he was actually stranded in Dubai due to financial issues. This conflicting information has only added to the uncertainty surrounding Mayweather's current circumstances.
Tank Davis done blasted Floyd Mayweather and told the world that Floyd over there hanging like a piece of rotisserie by them oil men with that long money, got him held hostage till he get that money back. And y'all know Floyd be lying too. Floyd trying to, I've been out of town, I've been traveling the world for 2 months, but you look at Floyd, he ain't got no haircut or nothing, and he sent him there. And then Bill Caney said, oh, what account you on? Why we ain't on the Floyd Mayweather account? He said, oh, this is a guy account that I'm cool with, or that I know this his account. Why you can't get on your own account, Floyd? Not hating on Floyd. Floyd didn't touch a lot of money, more than I probably ever see in my life, y'all. But at the end of the day, y'all gotta look at it like this. Ain't no 40-some-year-old guy who done made $500 million finna be out there doing exhibition fights. All right, then y'all don't know about it. He sold a Bugatti, and Bugatti don't want to deal with him before because he sold a Bugatti that he had and got more off of it. Floyd going through it, but y'all don't want to believe it. And I wish nothing bad on him, but the truth is the truth. Floyd got to pay them folks their money. Them oil folks over there do not play the radio.
That's it for today. So what are your thoughts on this? Share your thoughts in the comment section and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video. Also check our other videos too.